Hi, I'm Wayne Duvenage from OUTA. This is our weekly wrap on the 5th of September 2025. There's quite a bit to cover, so let me get straight into it. This time last week, the National Anti-Corruption Advisory Council finalized its report and handed this over to the President. And what is this? Well, it's a report on a proposal on how government should be tackling corruption. And it does so by suggesting that a new entity, a Chapter 9 institution with its own powers, with its own budgets, with its reporting lines, trying to remove political interference. I don't know how you ever do that, but it certainly does set out to try and do that from a perspective of an entity that has powers and is financed and reporting directly to Parliament with a mandate to prevent and investigate systemic corruption in this country, to run its own audits, to be more empowered to do the hard work of looking into and preventing corruption, as well as leading public education on this matter, because there's not enough of it, as well as protecting whistleblowers. So it's a good thing in the sense that while we've got current structures and laws that should be able to enable us to do this without this entity, they are not working. The question then is, well, does a new entity change that? The jury's out on that. A lot of discussion and debate on that as to what is the most effective way of fighting and dealing with corruption. But let's see what unfolds from this. The President has made it public. That's good. And we do believe that this is going to be the topic of a lot of debate and discussion going forward. But we hope whatever happens is effective. You cannot have plans that just sit and gather dust. Plans are just ideas until they are implemented, and we need meaningful implementation of good initiatives and strong changes to our current structures and laws and systems in order to tackle the scourge that is holding us back as a nation. So that's an interesting development recently. The next development that I want to talk about is the SA tourism saga under Patricia de Lille, the Minister of Tourism. As you know, she fired her board recently of SA Tourism. We have challenged her and suggested that she is exercising gross overreach and political interference. And we say so because this board is a very effective board. It was practicing good governance and good oversight on matters that were going wrong and are going wrong at SA Tourism. And instead of confiding in her board and taking them into her confidence, she has gone and removed them. This is the second board in her just over 1 year tenure that is changed, and both boards are in court against her. So in that regard, this board that was recently fired have now filed papers to have the court rescind her decision there. This is very interesting. But I can tell you that this week she was in Parliament in front of that portfolio committee, and they grilled her. She's got no friends in that committee, let me assure you of that. It was very interesting to hear the insights provided by the board members and others. And to sum it all up, Patricia de Lille, you are so out of line. You are not good for tourism in this country. You are autocratic. You are arrogant. You really have lost the plot as far as we're concerned when it comes to being a minister of an important sector of our economy that is supposed to drive more foreign income, more visitors, more jobs. And what you're doing and how you're managing it, quite frankly, Minister, is despicable. And we hope the President removes you, quite frankly, and we hope this portfolio committee's report will enable him to do so, and let's see where that plays out. Two other things I want to just quickly reflect on that relate to Eskom. The first one is Nersa's decision to grant Eskom increases based on the fact that it made a mistake in its multi-year price determination calculations. And our concern around this is, how does Nersa meet behind closed doors with Eskom on this matter. What we need to see is transparency in this. You can't go and make these decisions and not confide in the public and disclose how and why and what these mistakes were. So we are engaging with Nersa on this matter, and we're weighing up our options because something is not right, doesn't seem right. It is not right. And we need transparency here. The other matter on Eskom is this shifting of their decisions or their approach now to this whole solar registration process. Remember, by April next year, you must have, according to them, registered your solar system. And we see this more as a licensing requirement, not a registering requirement, because it has onerous conditions. And it is limiting and it is discriminatory. And so 3 big issues around it is, A, you have to have a electrical engineer signing off in your system. We say no way. And we think they're shifting their attitude on that because it is on this side of the meter and it's got nothing to do with Eskom, quite frankly. Of course, it has to be a compliant system that you install, and that's the role of the electricians who give certificates of compliance of electricity installations, not Eskom and their engineers and so forth. So very interesting development there, but our concerns are also more in the space of discrimination against people who mitigate and reduce their energy consumption by installing embedded solutions like free sun, converting free sun's rays into electricity, or maybe you use gas to reduce your reliance on Eskom. Maybe you put small wind turbines in. That's a new industry developing. And Eskom are coming along and saying, well, if you want to do all of this stuff, then you must go on a different tariff and you must put in specific meters. And we're asking why. This is not the case in other countries. This is not the case in Cape Town, the city of Cape Town. Why are you doing this? And until you can answer those questions rationally, we believe that Eskom is going to be found wanting in those areas. So we are engaging with them still, but we are seeing shifts in their approach to this. And we believe that the rules that they've got in place right now will not be the same rules in place next year, early next year. And so on that basis alone, we are suggesting to you as the citizens, as homeowners and businesses, do not register with Eskom on your solar installation. You do not have to, for now anyway. 2 other final things, and then it's a wrap. The one is Gupta's homes being raided in India. Good news. This is excellent stuff. Yes, we've tried to extradite them before from the UAE. Technicalities got in the way. We don't believe the Indian authorities would be doing what they're doing right now if there wasn't good reason to do so. Now, we think the South African authorities are getting it right now. They have convinced the Indian authorities that the Guptas have got unsolicited or gains that they should never have got, funds and stolen from South Africa. And so those raids taking place right now sends a good signal to us that maybe accountability and repatriation of funds is going to happen, and possibly extradition to South Africa. Let's watch the space, not holding our breath. Seen this movie before, but it is a good sign. Yeah, and another good sign is the city of Johannesburg rescinding its decision on the CCTV camera bylaw it introduced, which it should never have done in the first place. It took legal action from ourselves and the South African Property Owners Association to eventually get them to come to their senses. It's sad that you have to go to court to get government to wake up sometimes. This is the bane of our lives. This is our work. We do a lot of this work, and it is very necessary work in order to change the mindset of irrational decisions and policies and ideas that really are not in the best interest of society. So that's our week. There was another good development this week. That's our wrap. Stay warm, folks. It's going to be an exciting weekend. We have Springboks playing New Zealand tomorrow morning. Not going to be an easy game. We know that. The Proteas already wrapped up the 3 one-day international one-day series against England on the cricket. Well done, Proteas. So Sunday's game is going to be a bit of a warm-up, a practice batch. We can see the interesting one on the weekend is going to be the Springboks women's team playing France and we have already made history because for the first time we're in the quarterfinals of the Rugby World Cup for women. So this is really, really exciting. So good luck to our women's Springbok team on Friday against France, and we look forward to them advancing right through to the finals. Have a great weekend. Stay warm. Have fun, folks.